We think if you get up there, take out that red line, or maybe even take out that last high, which means get up around 1.25%, which isn't a big effort, by the way. Then this chart says, okay, I'm engaged. And I think at that point, you'll see not only silver catch up to gold on a price chart basis, but start to outperform it, but also the tone of both markets change. And that suggests, I don't think this process is going to last much longer, this pullback. And you'll notice that it's been now over a year since that recent peak up there above 1.3 back in late 2022. So it's been 14 months now. And you've not been able to get back down to that low in late 2022.
While silver's performance this year may have been disappointing to many silver owners, there's a silver lining. Just like silver recovered from a disappointing 2008 to outperform gold in the subsequent years, silver could very well repeat that performance during the next financial crisis. There's a high probability that silver will outperform gold in 2024, and this is due to the shift to solar power. The shift to solar power will increase the prices of silver. MichaelOliver from Momentum. Structural Analysis believes silver will outperform gold if it closes above 1.22% relative to gold. At the moment, gold is in its 9th year of a bull trend, while silver is lagging behind. When gold pushes higher, silver usually lags, but then it can outperform gold. In 2020, on the back of lockdowns, zero interest rates, QE, and market fear, silver's gain was double that of gold. It surged 43%, compared to gold's 20.8% rise. In early 2023, with gold exceeding $2,000 an ounce, a 39% gain, silver rallied to nearly $30 an ounce, a 147% increase. However, Michael notes that the historical spread chart breakout marked a significant change, propelling silver prices from $20 to $50 back in 2010. By 2010, silver managed to outperform gold when it climbed to 30-year highs, and prices gained more than 80%. That was followed by another price surge in April 2011, as silver shot to $48.84. In 2020, silver outperformed gold during a price surge, but later faced a period of underperformance until late September of the following year. Moreover, he recognizes the mature bull market and hints at a possible shift in gold and silver dynamics based on the spread's behavior. Now, we present the clips of MichaelOliver's insights from his recent interview with Palisades Gold Radio. Before we continue to delve into this discussion, please subscribe to our channel and activate the bell icon for timely updates.
Back then in gold, after the peak that occurred in early 2008, just above $1,000, gold went into a range-bound situation with a sharp plummet there in that 1 month in particular, October 2008. But basically, if you chopped off that 1 month, it was more or less horizontal action by gold from 2008, 2009, and then you got into late 2009 and it popped through that $1,000 level. You can see it broke out above the red line. Now look at silver at that point. Silver didn't make a new high. Silver tried to. It had peaked before at about $21. It got up to 19 something intra-month there in late 2009 and then dropped back off. So while gold made a new price high, didn't cause an immediate explosion. Instead, it just hovered for a while. Silver didn't even make a new high. And that, of course, sort of explains why that spread chart was underperforming. But then in late 2010, you'll see that silver punched out above that $20 level. Well, that's about coincident with what that spread did. That spread broke out over a ceiling. So silver finally joined gold a handful of months after gold had already taken out its price high. Silver did the same thing. But the more important issue was the spread broke out of that basing pattern. And when that spread broke out, you could have thrown the price charts away and just said, okay, something big is going to happen here. And look what happened in a matter of a couple quarters. Silver went from $20 to 50. Whoa. Gold is how many years old? Well, it's 8. We're now in our 9th year of bull trend. December 2015 was the bear low. We doubled. And now this year, late last year, actually, we popped to new highs. So gold has done what it did back in 2009, broke out to new highs, but silver hasn't. So we're late in that bull market. And that spread of silver versus gold has got a ripe structure overhead. Now, this is the same silver gold spread that we used in that 1976 to 1979, and also from 2006 to 2011. This time, we have a downtrend line instead of a flat ceiling. And you'll see that silver back in 2020 during that big surge that both metals had. Silver vastly outperformed gold. It went from like 0.8 something, 0.8% up to 1.6% almost. No, forward to the current time.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, back to the current one. Yeah, that you see the spread really exploded there between mid 2020 and early 2021.
Right.
But then silver entered a couple year period of underperformance to gold, where it pulled back fairly sharply into late September of last year. Same with price, both the gold and silver dropped in price at that point, but silver more. And then silver reasserted itself, both in price, went from the $17 zone up into the 24, 25 level. But the spread also had a surging rally. And at that point, there was not a real good structure developed, which we couldn't have plotted this line at that point. But since then, since late 2022, when both metals had a recovery, but silver had more of a recovery, silver entered a pullback in relative performance. Now, it's not gone back near the low. In fact, that downtick you see the last reading there is you could uptick it slightly now, but that's intra-month this month. That's not the end of this month close at all. We're early into the month. But you can see, in its sense, early 2021, it has developed a downtrend line, a credible one, where you could 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points to find the line. So a red arrow there says if you get a monthly close of silver this month or next, somewhere up around 1.22% or higher. Right now we're trading about 1.14%, something like that. So it doesn't take a lot, but you get an uptick to cross that line. And this spread says, I'm back. Okay, my tenor and tone is changing. Silver's now going to beat gold on a relative basis. But also, given where we are on the clock in terms of the age of this bull market, again, we're now entering our 9th year. And I'm not going to argue they must be 10 or 11 or anything like that, but it's old. And we've been incremental so far, both in gold and silver. The rally has been, up and down. But this spread says, okay, something's going to happen here.
During the interview, MichaelOliver noted about silver's struggle to break key highs is potentially frustrating silver investors. Given the competition from alternative assets, the near-term outlook for silver remains cautiously optimistic but restrained, with market dynamics suggesting a stable yet unremarkable performance. Furthermore, Michael mentioned the historical trend where gold and silver often experience exponential moves, especially in the later stages of extended bull markets. Silver prices could see a breakout year in 2024, with good performance in the second half. Gold prices went up by 14% in 2023, while silver gained as much as 8% during the year. In 2024, gold is expected to give 10 and 11% returns, with silver returns pegged at 12 to 15%. Let's get back to the interview.
It's interesting that in the past bull markets in gold, we go back 50 years, gold was legalized in 75. But its bull market back then started in the mid-1970s in the $30 range. And ultimately, by 1980, 10 years later, it was 850. So it's a huge, multiple-fold move with declines in between. But in the latter phase of the bull market then, 79 to 80, and also between the 2000 bull market corrective lows down around $250 gold up to its $1,920 peak in 2011. So you're talking a decade bull market. It's in the last year of that bull market that things went vertical. Now, I'm not arguing the case that it's got to be exact number of years, because the years aren't exactly the same in terms of duration, but they're pretty old bull markets. And they're not 2-3-year-old things, but it's in the last year that things go berserk. It's almost as if silver and gold are somehow restrained, and then suddenly they just bust loose and they make up for the prior restraint. Silver quite often is lagged to gold at points during that bull trend, where gold may be going up at a nice, even arm wrestling pace, and silver has its fluctuations that often will underperform gold, and then briefly maybe outperform, and then underperform. And certainly since 2000, the year 2020, when gold shot up to $2,000 plus, silver shot up intra-month, these are weekly closes, almost to 30. Peak weekly close around 28. And then it entered for a year almost, mid-2020 through mid-2021, a sideways zone Finally, it made an intra-week price high at $30 back in early 2021. So after gold had peaked already in the summer of 2020. But then at that point in May of 2021, you'll see that top reading there at $28 weekly close. That point, silver price started to go down significant percent. $28 to an 18, just under 18 low. That was September of last year. So it was on a decline, net decline, whereas gold, while it had a washout in late 2022, just like silver showed there, it was really more range bound sideways. Multiple times it went up to 2070 in early 2020. In early March of 2022, it went up to 2070 again. And then early in 2023, we had this recovery surge with both gold and silver coming up off that late 2022 low. And silver, for a while there, beat gold, but silver went from 18 up to 26 by April of 2023. But in the process of getting up there to that 26 level again, you'll notice that we've plotted a parallel price channel. It's one price chart technical feature that we like best. We consider it quite reliable rather than simple trend lines. There's a parallel channel that defined all the action since 2020 through late 2022. And it rallied into late 2022 and bumped the top of that channel again and pulled back. And it was in early 2023 that it finally broke the backbone of that channel. So even price at that point said, oh, I'm back. But it's since been capped by price chart sellers, obviously. Every time you get a weekly close up near 26, and it's been 3 times now, they sell it, they sell it, they sell it. They think that's the key level, and it's no doubt important. But price has already broken out above a parallel channel. But the point is that gold is above all those highs, and yet silver is restrained below them. So silver obviously has been underperforming. See, gold's out above the 2020 and the 2022 highs, where silver's still laboring below those. So that's no doubt frustrating to silver bulls.
Precious assets like silver and gold are bound to experience a large price increase, with silver outperforming other precious metals. Silver is bound to outperform other precious assets because of its previous record of outperforming other assets during inflation. Considering the historical patterns and current market dynamics, do you believe silver has the potential to outperform gold in the coming year? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you find this video informative, don't forget to support our channel and turn on notifications to stay informed about our latest videos. See you in the next video.